now, my next guest is no stranger to radio. He's the host of the goddamn Dave Hill show over there on WFMU. He's a great inspiration of mine. He's the pride of Cleveland and sure to make the best dressed list anywhere he goes. Please welcome Dave Hill to the program. How are you, Dave?
I'm incredible. Thank you. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. Hey, you had a great show last night. I caught it, the radio program.
Oh, thanks.
You feel good about that? Feel how good about it's going? Of course, you took over for Tom Sharpling with the Best Show.
Yeah.
And you got that slot, and now you're just going great guns with it, aren't you?
I'm doing all right. I mean, I'm figuring it out. It's a lot of knobs and buttons and stuff. You have to do everything.
When you're hosting, you don't have an engineer or something that's there.
No. So so far I've just been trying not to break anything, or like spill a Coke on the board.
That would be bad.
But I don't know. I feel like I'm learning.
I think you
Figuring
are.
out. I don't know. I have no idea if people listen to it or not. Really.
I think people
I
are.
feel like I'm in a vacuum.
There's one person here that listens to it, and I listen to it.
But it's fun to do, you know. I got to talk, to pretend I have a radio. I do have a radio show.
You're not pretending.
But I feel like
I pretend I have a radio show.
I feel like I'm pretending. And I play music a little bit, not that much, but I play a little bit. Mostly talk.
It's music, and then you have various guests on. Last night you called up Carla Rhodes, who's been a guest on this show.
Yeah, she
talked to her about something.
Her fiance was on the show. Dick Cavett was on the show.
And you and Dick are best of friends, aren't you?
You know, we're much better friends than I ever could have anticipated.
How did that come about? Was it your book here, Tasteful Nudes, that we have?
I've been friends with
This
them
is
for
a
while.
great collection of stories that Dave has produced, and full of wonderful nuggets. Life nuggets are in there. And did that bring you together?
No. I've known him for, I don't know, he's one of the few people, I would say there's two people in my life that I've sought out. Like, I was like, I want to be friends with that person. The first one is Joe Franklin.
Yeah.
If you know who Joe Franklin is, you understand why I would want to be friends with him. So, but when I first came to New York, I just called Joe Franklin up. Joe Franklin's like in his 80s, but he's like one of the original, if not the original TV talk show host. And I just called him up and became friends with him, or at least he
right there on the phone.
gave me the illusion that we were friends. And then through him I met Dick Cavett.
Through him you met Dick Cavett.
Yeah.
And you go out there to his place in Long Island or wherever it is?
I've been out there, yeah.
Yeah. So you have a number of web series with him too.
Yeah, we've done a lot of stuff. I mean, he's done my Dave Hill Explosion show a bunch of times. That's the first time I met him. And then he's done my podcast. I think he's the first guest on my podcast. And then we've done a bunch of stuff together. And now we've sort of, for a long time I would be like, it would be really cool if we actually hung out. Not like when we're like,
Not in a professional setting, but just.
But then now we actually hang out.
And what kind of stuff do you do, if you don't mind my continuing
What
to ask?
don't we do? I don't know. I had dinner with him.
I can think of some things, but I
had dinner with him and his wife a couple weeks ago, and
yeah.
I've been out.
You have a nice meal together.
We had a lovely meal.
Yeah.
And I go out to his house, and I don't know, but he's a great guy.
And probably a great repository of knowledge about
He's
things.
an extremely funny and smart guy, and he's, I think, 77 years old, but not showing any signs of mental fatigue. Like, he never repeats it. If he ever repeats a story in front of me, he'll be like, "Hey, Dave, I know I told you this," but he's repeating it he's saying it for someone else in the room.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, growing up in Cleveland, did you have a passion for radio at all? Did you have a radio station that was your station?
I mean, just like, I don't know. I mean, like the local rock station.
Yeah.
I was like to rock out, and then from there I discovered, music that wasn't on the radio, better music. No, I don't know. My favorite band is Led Zeppelin, so that's pretty radio oriented. So, but I mean, from the Smiths and Who's Glue and Replacements and Bad Brains or whatever bands that you know that aren't on like commercial radio.
So music really came first.
Oh yeah, I never planned to go into comedy.
The comedy thing came along later.
Yeah, it's the most accidental thing ever. Like I never. It's only because I didn't want to get a job, and people were like, "You're an idiot. Go for it." So I just started doing stuff, and one thing led to another, and it's gone all right.
Well, and one of the kinds of music that you were attracted to, of course, metal. You had a metal,
yeah, I love heavy metal.
big metal guy, and that terrifies me. It always has.
Why?
There were some kids at camp that really were into it, and they frightened me. There was a lot of time spent on like a broken down school bus, and there was things that were happening in there, and music, and then there was very aggressive fonts that looked as if forged in
That's the best part.
furnace of Hades.
That's the best part, is the fun. But metal people are the nicest people.
Yeah, no,
Of
if
all
you listen to
genres.
some of it now too, it seems relatively tame, but
Well,
then
you're listening to the wrong metal. No.
probably,
No.
I guarantee you, I'm listening to the wrong metal.
But, I mean, I know it's a cliche, but I like all sorts of, I like I don't say all music, but I like bits in every area.
Have you ever played bongo on your program?
I haven't, but I was it's got me thinking. I mean, I play like pretty wide variety of stuff, but it's within the context of I say it's like typical aging white dude music. Basically, what I play like rock and then like it's various forms of rock and it's just like if you like look at me and be like, oh, this is the shit this guy's into and his friends. I mean, it's pretty like, yeah, there's not that many curveballs really. Like sometimes I try not to make it too obvious. And I've never played Pavement on the show or anything because I like
Too on the
Pavement,
nose,
but it's
too on the nose.
Yeah, it's too on the nose.
Yeah.
So I haven't done that. There's a few bands that I'm like, come on, just fucking calm down. And don't, so I haven't played those bands. But no, as WFMU goes, I'm like the top 40 DJ pretty much. Like
You're the most mainstream of what they have.
by
lined up.
far. I mean, I don't play mainstream music. I mean, sometimes I do, but I try to play, if I play something like Black Sabbath or Led Zeppelin.
We get it. Okay.
Black Sabbath, I'm not going to play anything else but Paranoid probably, because they have so much more stuff going on. Like Led Zeppelin, I'll try to play not the obvious radio stuff. But what was the question?
No, you got it. And then what?
No, I would play bongos.
Yeah.
I need to do it. It's so new, and I only play like 12 songs, maybe at 12 to 16 songs an episode. So there's so much more to. I just haven't played bongo yet.
It's going to happen.
Say.
And is there any metal from that region?
There is, but you don't listen to it.
No, because it's not successful.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, you
maybe-
should never.
Maybe you could
bring
figure it
Dick
out.
Cavett to basically.
Oh, there we
I
go.
feel like that's
Just a
doable.
thought.
I could do that. I feel like he would do it. But
This is a wonderful
There's no-
networking
Why don't we
show
all
for
get together?
everybody. It's really been fantastic. It's like one of my singles mingles.
Yeah.
This has been great. I will look forward. And when did your interest in fashion really come together? Because Cleveland, well known for their fashion sense.
I don't think I really have an interest in fashion like anyone else's, but my own. Like I don't.
You have a sense of personal style.
I like to wear what I like to wear, but I have no interest in fashion shows or anything. I don't care really.
Okay.
I just like to go as tight as I can, and
I do know.
wear as much velvet as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Here, I'll tell you. When I was growing up, there was this one dad in the neighborhood who always dressed well. But you don't want to dress like, I don't know. But he wore like a jacket to dinner and wore ties. He was a handsome man. And he made all the other dads look like shit. And I was like, that guy's got it figured out.
He's the one. That's the guy.
Yeah.
Get an invite to the country club dinner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so he was probably my inspiration.
I think that served you well, though.
But I dress like whatever sometimes.
Well,
If you catch me in the morning going to get coffee,
yeah.
like the people at the coffee shop that I go to, they wouldn't believe that I would dress like. They think I wear track pants and t-shirts only. Because I work out constantly.
No, I know. I understand. I have a lot of people like that, too,
Yeah.
that see me.
You know, but you're a stylish man.
Thank you. No, I try. So now, this book is wonderful. It's been out for a little bit, but it's still going great, right?
Oh, they can't keep
They
it on
can't
the shelves.
keep it in the shelves.
No,
Has that been? Are you in a
they
relationship
can't keep it
now?
out of the trash. Yeah, I think so.
Oh, so that good. That's
Yeah.
pretty good. That's gotta fit. That's nice. Because I'm gonna say that book could really help you meet some people.
It's a real panty dropper, as my
Yeah.
mom said. No, yeah, I don't know.
Well, and
I
you-
do all right. I do.
You're doing great. You're doing great. Now you were just back from Melbourne too, is that correct?
Yeah, I did in Melbourne.
And this is exciting for me because now if there were collector cards for the comedy set, I would have a Melbourne trio because the lineup was Seton Smith,
Yeah.
Brooke Van Poppelen,
Mm-hmm.
and you.
And me.
All three have been on this season of Dale Radio.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah. So
But-
thank you for completing the
There was
triad.
the fourth person
Oh,
on the
no.
show.
Who's that?
There was like sort of a floating fourth the whole time.
A wild card.
Canadian for a while. No, Canadians.
Canadian
And
for a
then
while.
Jen Kirkman from LA. She
Oh,
did
Jen
3
Kirkman.
shows. One Canadian guy did one night, and then another Canadian guy did most of the other nights.
I get it. It's easy to pop in and do a show down there. Melbourne.
Yeah.
Seems far to
Yeah, I
travel.
mean, it's a
that's
long
my
way to
point.
go just to pop in.
But now, how was it down there? You have a great time? Is everything just upside down and backwards?
The jet lag is pretty bad, but it's not as bad as when you come back.
Yeah, that's what they
It's
say.
like-
Somebody, I think,
But
says that.
when you're doing a festival, there's not a lot. You do one show, you drink as much as you can, sleep as much as you can, and show for that one show, and you start all over again. Then you do it. So there's not a lot to do, unless you feel like doing something else, which I didn't.
They put you up in a nice place?
It's the best festival I've ever done in terms of like how they treat people. Like they pay you a nice amount of money. They give you like per diems, so
That's
you
pretty wonderful.
You don't really have to spend your own money at all, and they give you a nice apartment. They give us flowers on opening night.
My
They gave me
goodness.
like masculine flowers. Like I couldn't handle the daintiest flowers, so they didn't know what they were dealing with.
What's a man flower?
Like I don't like.
I mean, I have an idea, but what did they give you?
like ugly flowers. I don't know.
Ugly
Yeah, they
flowers?
were. I mean, I was grateful for them, but they were like.
Like brown?
Like crappy flowers.
Yeah.
They were like not as dainty as I like.
But Brooke did okay. She got some nice ones.
Yeah, she got lady flowers.
Oh, lady
Yeah.
flowers. We should
Yeah.
all be so lucky.
No,
to receive
everyone.
lady flowers.
Brooke, Jen got lady. I think Seton must have got man.
Yeah.
flowers also.
Oh, well, I'm
But I don't
definitely
know.
coming out in favor
I
of
think I
gender
saw
neutral
Brooke and
flowers.
Jen's flowers in photos.
From
I didn't go to their
afar. You
rooms.
weren't allowed to even be in the same room.
I didn't.
Well, listen, Steve-O, are you ready for a question for the assembled group?
Oh, sure.
Okay, shout it out, because I don't have a microphone back there, or do you?
No, I don't have a microphone. No, it's
Oh,
okay.
see, now that's not going to be helpful.
Don't worry about it.
Go ahead, shout it out. Plug that in and let's hear a wonderful wine. Go ahead, ask your question for everybody. Ripped from today's headline. Now, I want to remind everybody, Steve-O's going to ask a question. This is a segment called Bless You. Steve-O wants to know, and this is not a conversation. He's going to ask a question. You provide an answer. Do not engage. All right, Steve-O, what is it? Lay it on us.
Have you ever done a show for the Army?
Okay. Dave Hill, you ever do a show for the armed services?
I haven't. I would like to, but I have done shows in prison before, which I think is a bit cooler.
Yeah, what prison was that?
I've been to Sing Sing twice, and I've been to women's prison and men's prison in Mexico, which is cooler than basically any army, whatever, military show that you could ever do. Because it's fucking scary.
Yeah.
In Mexico.
Yeah.
Sing Sing was scary, but Mexico is really scary.
Yeah, I would
Like,
imagine.
once you, it's not really that scary once you're doing it, but leading up to it, it seems like a horrible idea. So, but that was fun.
Well, I'll tell you, if I can get on the women's prison circuit in Mexico,
No.
I'd jump at the chance.
It could not be, and now, it was nothing like any of the movies I'd seen. They're not like, it was a letdown in the way that I was expecting, you know?
It sounds like you have high expectations.
Well,
of what
you know,
a women's prison experience is
I
going to
just
be
thought,
like.
you know, I was really hoping for a different vibe.
Julia?
I thought I wasn't supposed to engage. That's
Just
not
answer the
very-
question.
No, but I would like to.
Okay.
I have performed with the American Legion in New Jersey, which is not abroad, but that in itself was something interesting. It was for men who were 70 years and older, and it was a very special experience. But I would like to go abroad. Someone
Yeah.
should send Julia and I abroad.
Yeah,
Well, we
would
get
be
this
fun.
tour together.
Yeah, and Dave.
And Rekha?
Yeah,
Okay.
me too.
No, just no. Thank you. You understood what was being asked of you. That's good. Well, Dave, you have some things coming up that we should check out. And the show is people can call into the show,
They
right?
can, yeah.
I'm going to give you a call.
Yeah, you should.
I'll give you a call.
Every Tuesday.
Every Tuesday, 9 to midnight.
9 to midnight.
You got another book in the works?
I am, yeah, I'm writing one now.
That's terrific. We're going
I
to.
haven't written that much of it, but
You'll get there.
in theory, I have like a little bit typed. So
What do you work on? A word processor?
I work on, but I run on a floppy disk though, so I'm like,
All right.
I'm
Now
stuck
what?
right now.
Got to get a zip drive. 100 megabytes. You get a SCSI port. You'll be fine. A couple extras for you. Well, I'm really thrilled that you could do the show. Thank you.
Oh, thanks for
Dave
having me.
Hill, everybody.